live. Hey guys, welcome to our oh my god, I just brain farted so hard. Our coach kickoff call. I'm so happy that you guys are here on behalf of Cassidy and myself. Welcome. Welcome to your team. It's so exciting. And I always say this and then I always say cheesy stuff, but I really do hate saying cheesy stuff. But just know that you are I really believe that everyone is meant to be where they are in life. So we're just so happy that you're here and you're meant to be here. And I want you to remember a couple of things. That one, as you begin your journey and your training and you see other coaches and you start to look up to people, just remember that everybody started where you are. We all started at the bottom. We all started as new baby coaches that didn't know. I didn't know anything about social media. I just didn't know anything. And we just decided to start. So I'm excited that you're here, you're starting, and I can see you guys. So I want to start by asking a very important question. How many of you guys, when you got your enrollment and your new coach welcome and all that good stuff, felt overwhelmed? Raise your hand. Okay, I just want to congratulate you on being a regular person. That is congratulations. You are normal. It is 100% normal and okay to feel overwhelmed because it's brand new. You just didn't know. It's new information, right? It's up to you to decide to push past that overwhelmed and do a little bit every day to get past that. You're not going to know everything tomorrow, and that's okay. That's not going to hold you back from your goals, and that's not going to hold you back from growing and starting unless you let it. The important thing is to just start. And you're going to hear me say that a lot because it's just about, we learn by doing. I learned how to post on social media by posting on social media. And there were posts, I'm sure if I look back, I'm ooh, but we just learn. I just learned through doing, and I had learned how to have conversations with people by having conversations. So I want to start by letting you know that it's totally normal to be overwhelmed. There's a lot, and there's a lot of things you've probably been added to. So I want you to remember that first and foremost, your journey is always the most important. Always. Doesn't matter if you've been a coach for as long as Cassidy and I have, we still always are putting our fitness journey first. Our health and fitness always comes first before we can help anybody else with their business or their fitness. We come first, which is cool. I think that's so cool. So you're going to want to be plugged in to the boot camp, challenge group, whatever it's called, that you've been added to, and really start sharing your fitness journey. And Cassidy's going to talk more about that. And so that's one place you really want to be plugged into. The other place you really want to be plugged into is your team page that you've been added to. Make sure your notifications are on and not just highlights, because Facebook sucks right now and they're hiding all the good posts. So make sure you are tuned into that, because that's going to be where you get a lot of mentoring information and info about team calls and the community of the team. You're going to want your notifications on for that. And then the last thing that you're going to want to be really plugged into is your new coach training, and just getting through that and implementing what you learn. So not just taking it in, but putting it into action. And it's okay to not be an expert on day one. No one is an expert on day one. I always think it's so funny. I went to college for 5 years. I did a 6-year degree, a 6-year program to become a teacher. Nobody walks in on day one as a freshman into their 101 class and is where's my classroom? Where I was a teacher, where are my students? Like, no one expects to be an expert on day one and to get their diploma on day one. So it will be the same with coaching. You have to show up. You have to show up to class. You have to show up and do your homework. You have to learn by doing and practicing and all that stuff. So put in the time and the consistency, just like you would preparing for another job. This is another job now, whether it's a side hustle or you want it to become your full-time hustle. It still has to be treated like the job that it is. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is immediate goals to focus on in your business. And Cass, do you want to show that document like at the end when I turn this to you? Okay. So we have a visual to go along with this. I'll just talk about it first. The first thing is that you want to hit the first promotion in your business, AKA sign up 2 people. Literally less than one hand, 2 people. You plus 2 will get you to your first promotion in the business. And I'm not going to get too far into this, but it's really important to start that momentum early. And that rank is called Emerald, and it's truly a decision to go Emerald. It's 2 people. It's not a lot of people. So you're going to want to do that like ASAP within your first week for sure. So we're going to expect to be shouting out a whole bunch of you. Our work weeks run Thursday to Wednesday. So Thursdays are payday and rank advancement day. So next Thursday, we'll be shouting out a whole bunch of you for hitting that first rank. Along with that, helping 3 people, so just one other person, on getting started on their fitness journey is what you want to be focused on every single month. At least 3 people getting started on that journey. Think of it of like your business, like driving a car, and we call that helping those 3 people. We call that hitting Success Club. And that's like keeping gas in your tank, like super important for you to go anywhere, right? And when you do that for your first 3 months as a coach, you will get this, a free ticket to our annual coaching event, which is so fun. I can't even put it into words. If you have followed coaches like for a hot second, you've probably seen us at Summit, and it's basically like a work party, like for 4 days. So you'll get a free ticket when you do that for 3 months. Basically how I view it is like, that's like your job. It's your job to help people. So helping 3 people every month, you will get rewarded for doing your job, and you will get a free trip for doing your job. So at the end of the day, no matter how you're motivated, if you're in this to help people, if you're in this to make more money, if you're in this to have something for yourself, if you're in this to, share these amazing products and all of that stuff to other people, if you're in it for the community, no matter what you're motivated by, it all circles back to following these basics of milestones, hitting Success Club, helping those 3 people every month, rank advancing your business, and doing those things over and over. They all tie together. If you're motivated by helping people, you've got to help people. Like, you got to sign them up to help them, and if you're motivated by the money, like, you got to sign them up to be making money. Like, they're all correlated together. That's why they created this Success Club system. It has the word success in it for a reason. And I literally don't know any coach, and I know Cassidy doesn't either, because we've talked about this, that has built or that has helped at least 3 people every single month for a year and not built a rock solid business, because it's just consistency over time. And that's not a lot of people. It's not. So we're going to help you like really get started with all of this. Now that you've heard, like, it's okay to be overwhelmed, where you should be plugged into, and your immediate goals, let's put all that into action. So Cass, you want to take it over? Here, I'll unmute you. I just muted you. Oh my God. Hot mess. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen so that you guys can see this. Okay, wait. Here we go. Can you guys see this? I'm gonna have to move it over a little probably. There we go. Can you see? Yeah? Okay. So, like Rachel said, first thing is we talked about you guys join this because A, you want to hold yourself accountable to your own health and fitness, but B, like you want to earn some income and you want to help other people. So the first thing that we want you to do is we want to make sure that you're setting those goals right from the get-go, because if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there. So how much money would you have to make to get excited about this business? And I want you to put down for the month how much you would like to earn back. So whether that's your investment, whether you just want to cover your Shakeology, whether you want to earn $250 or $500 or $1,000, like whatever it is, write that down. And then I also want you to write what you're going to use the money you make with coaching. So whether you're making back your investment or whatever you're doing, it's important that you know why you're doing this, right? Because it's more than just the income. Like, why do you want this extra money? What's it going to do for your family? Are you using it to pay your bills? Are you going to save it and take your kids on a dream vacation? Like, what are you doing with this? Why do you want this extra money? What are you going to do with it? Because you can't just be in it for the money, right? And I know you guys aren't. That's why you're here. But it is important that when you get to that point, you start earning, you know why you're doing this, why you want to make that money, and then your health and fitness goal for the next 12 months and what that is. Because just like we said, number one priority is always working on yourself, is making yourself a priority. And so what are your health and fitness goals for the next 12 months? So I want you guys to write those 3 things down, and we will share this PDF in the team pages and with you guys as well, so that you can have an actual copy of it. But I want you guys to write those things down. And then the next part is laying out the foundation. So creating a prospect list. This is essential for you guys to work from a list, because otherwise you're like a squirrel all over the place. You have no idea what you're doing. You don't know who to talk to. And then you start talking to people and you just keep following up with the same person over and over because you haven't been expanding your network. So we already know that you feel like a hot mess express right now because you're so overwhelmed and everything is new. But we're trying to help you guys out with that. So that's why it's important that you work from a list. It's like, how your brain has a to-do list, but you can't, it's like trying to go to the grocery store without a grocery list. And then you're like, oh, I forgot to get bananas, but instead I bought Sour Patch Kids and 3 bottles of wine. I didn't need any of that. So you need to go in prepared. So create a list. And this is what you're going to be working off of for those first people that you're going to reach out to. So 10 of the easiest, your family and friends, the people that would literally buy dirt from you, like your mom. If you were like, hey, mom, I really need your support in this. I'm just starting this out. Can you just be my guinea pig? Try it out for the first 30 days. If you hate it, whatever, you don't have to keep doing it. But I just need to help a couple people to get myself started. Who are those people that if you really needed a favor, maybe Sally, Sue, your neighbor next door sells oils and you've bought oils from her. So you're like, girl, I helped you out, help me out. Who are those people that would buy dirt from you? That's the people that are going to go on this first 10 list. And then the next 10 lists. So we said you're adding 2 people, right, to get to Emerald. And those 2 people, first one is probably going to be a controlled business center, which we're going to talk about, but that's your family, your friend, the person that you can just sign up your mom and you're like, hey, you're going to be my first person. Thanks for supporting me. Love you. You're awesome. And then the A team are these people that you're maybe it's people you went to school with that you knew, have always had leadership qualities, or just people that you really think about who you would really, really, really want to work with if you could work with anyone. like who would those dream people be? And that's your A team. So those are the people that are like, maybe it's your best friend, or maybe it's like a coworker that you know would just rock this. Maybe it's someone you've seen already had an awesome health and fitness journey, like transformation, and or someone that's just like super inspiring on your social media, post positive things, whatever it is. Like, who's your A team? You're going to write them down on the other side. And like, you guys should be doing this, okay? So like, write these names down. This isn't just like, ooh, look at this pretty graphic. Like, we're taking action, okay? So write down, start thinking about this and write down these people. And then continue to brainstorm. And after we get off here tonight, I want you guys to keep writing down names, and I want you to come up with a list of at least 100 people that might need this gift you have to offer, because you guys need to realize that this is a gift. And until you get that through your head, like, it's really important that you do right away, because you joined this for a reason, right? And you felt like this was something that you needed because you were missing some area in your life was lacking something, and you needed this, and it's a gift to you, and you need to spread that with other people. And so you need to make a list of all the people that could benefit from this, anyone and their brother, right? So whether it's people you went to high school with, whether it's people you work with, whether it's friends, family, acquaintances, like your neighbors, your grandma. My grandma drank Shakeology because, hello, like, old people need vitamins. So get people on this list. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you haven't talked to them in 10 years and they're like that girl that you were always scared of because she was so cool. That girl was on my list, and I tell you, it might have taken me a year, but I invited her. So you got to write down everyone. And then we're going to jump into the action part, which this is the part where most of you are probably like, peeing your pants right now, which is okay. Like, that is so normal. But inviting is not scary, because you have to remember, like, you are offering people a gift. You're sharing a gift. And inviting isn't scary because it's just like anything else you love in your life. You would naturally want to share it, right? Like, I'm sure you guys see Rachel share stuff all the time. Like, she loves her little breakfast sausage link, so she's always talking about it. Like, she loves her lash extension. She's always talking about it, right? Because she loves it, and she knows that if she enjoys it, then the people in her life would enjoy it too. And why wouldn't you want to share that with them? It's the same thing with this. Like, if I find like something in the kitchen I love, like a seasoning or something, I'm like, oh my God. Like, today I went in my boot camp and I was like, if you love peanut butter, which I know you do because you all are just like me, then you need to get these peanut butter puffs, because they're freaking life and they're so good and so addicting. And everyone was like, oh my God, where do I get these? I love peanut butter, right? So it's no different. You're literally just sharing something else that you know other people can benefit from, that will love. And even if you just started today, maybe you haven't gotten results yourself yet, but you have plenty of proof from everyone around you, from Rachel, from myself, from everyone on our teams, that you know what this can do for someone. And so what you're going to do is, we're not asking you to reach out and lie to people and say, oh my God, I'm doing this amazing thing and it's given me amazing results, when you just started like yesterday, because obviously that's not true. But you can be excited about it. I know you are. That's why you just started this journey. So someone that you know well, a sample invite, and I want you guys to at least send 3 of these messages out right now. Okay, so I know it's scary, but think about those people that you wrote down their names, because I know you did, or you better have. Then I want you to think about someone you know well, so maybe like your friend, coworker, whatever, family member, and say, okay, I'm still freaking out about this. I'm still a little nervous, but I'm gonna do this. And I want, or need, whatever you want to say, make it sound like you. So like, if you wouldn't say, I'm freaking out about this, if you'd be like, hey, okay, I'm still a little bit scared, like whatever your wording would be, say it like that. Say it like you would talk. If you put emojis, put emojis. If you use capitals, use capitals. Like, make it sound like you. But this is a good way to invite someone. Say, okay, I'm still freaking out about this, but I'm going to do it. And I really need you to do this with me, because I'm committed to this fitness boot camp. that for the next 6 weeks, and I really think that we should do it together, hold each other accountable, and freaking rock this thing. Like, are you open to checking out the details with me and seeing if this is something that you might want to do too? Right? Like, that does not sound scary. You're not like asking someone to buy anything right now. You're just sharing what you're doing and how excited you are about it and asking them if they'd want to do it with you. It's no different than if you were like, Ashley Molstad always uses this example, and I love it. She says, like, she's a huge Taylor Swift fan. And so she's like, if Taylor Swift is in town, I'm going to like tell all my friends, and I'm going to be like, dude, Taylor Swift's in town. I just bought tickets. I'm so excited. You have to come with me. Like, will you come with me to the concert? And it's no different. You're doing the exact same thing here. So you're just reaching out and you're saying like, hey, I'm super pumped about this, but I would love an extra accountability buddy. Who doesn't love accountability buddies? Like, would you want to do this with me? I can send you more info. Would you be down to check it out? Like, just something super casual. And then the people from your A team, you can say something similar. So, hey, how are you? And insert something personal, you know, like, it's been so long. It looks like you're doing great. Your family's you know, whatever you want to say, like, how's your little kid doing? Whatever it is, say something personal. And then, I know this is really random, but I wanted to reach out to you about something that I'm super excited about. I haven't told many people about it yet, but I've committed to do this fitness boot camp for the next 6 weeks or however long you're doing it. And I thought I would see if you needed a new fitness challenge too. I'm nervous and that I'll quit if I don't have a few people that I know doing it with me. It would be a great way for us to catch up and hold each other accountable. Would you be open to me sending you over the details to see what you think? If it's not for you, that's totally fine, but maybe someone you know comes to mind. It would be a great way to catch up either way. So there, you're not just like blabbing out this invitation to someone you haven't talked to in 10 years, because then they're going to be like, dude, what the heck? But you're like saying something personal, and then you're being like, hey, I know this is random, and you're probably like thinking, what the heck? But I really just need accountability buddies. I think it'd be super fun. I'm really excited. Would you want to do this with me? If not, it's totally cool. So then you're also giving them an out, which is important, because then it takes the pressure off. And then you're telling them, either way, you're letting them know too that you're not just reaching out to, you know, because you want them to join your boot camp. You're also just reaching out because you're a human and because you care about people and because you genuinely want to connect with them. And so you say, you know, it'd be great to catch up either way. So that's just an example. Like I said, make it your wording. I know I like am an emoji queen, so this would not look like that for me. Like, it would have emojis all over the place and like capitals, like I'm so excited and stuff like that, because that's how I talk. But if you wouldn't talk like that, don't say that. So one of my like biggest pet peeves, and I know this is for Rachel too, when people are like, hey girl, like if you wouldn't never say, hey girl, then don't say that to someone. So just be natural. Just talk like yourself, like you were talking to your best friend, right? Okay, wait, I have not been looking at this chat at all. Is there anything I need to answer?
No, you're good. It's just me like saying like, I agree. It's
okay. So this is just kind of the steps we're walking through, right? So the first thing is you're inviting them. And then in your new coach welcome email from both Rachel and I, you got a conversation guide. And so once you send that invite, and maybe you do your coming out post, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Maybe you've already done it where you're like, you announce to the world that you are taking on this new journey, that you're becoming a health and fitness coach, that you're super excited, can't wait to pay it forward. Would anyone like to join you? You know, drop an emoji, whatever you said in your post. We'll talk about that in a second. Then say you reach out to everyone who likes or comments on your posts. And you're like, hey, I just want to thank so much for the love on my posts. You're incredible. I so appreciate the support. And then you go into that invite that I shared. And you're like, I know this is kind of random, but I'm nervous that if I don't have accountability buddies, I might not stick to it. I would love to do this with you. Would you be interested in getting more info? Like super casual, super simple. And then they're like, yeah, actually I would. Can you give me more info? And then you're like, oh, deer in headlights. Like, what do I say? Oh my God, I don't know what to do. And then you like, don't word vomit. Okay. So that's why we give you guys the conversation guide so that you know what to do. You're going to ask them what their goals are. You're going to figure out more about what they need because we're trying to offer people a solution. And you can't offer someone a solution if you don't know what their problem is, right? So that's the first step is you need to go into asking them what their goals are and figure out what they are missing, what they need, whether it's nutrition, support, accountability, whatever it is, workouts. And then you're going to follow the guide, which we gave you, and it's super simple and laid out for you guys. And same thing goes with the guide. Like, make sure you're using your wording. Don't just copy and paste, because I'm sure you don't have the same, fitness journey that Rachel and I've had that we talk about in there. So make sure you're making it your own wording, but follow the guide because we walk you through the steps of how to have that conversation. And if you guys have questions when you get to this place, you can reach out to us or post in the team page or whatever. But the next step is obviously you're helping them. So you're either getting them set up with a boot camp that you're plugging them into. I know that for my team anyways, as a new coach, like, you're open to bring your people to my group. And as long as you're showing up and you're, adding value and showing up and cheering other people on in there as well. And I think Rachel has the same thing. So either you're adding them to the boot camp or maybe they're joining as a coach and they're going to work the business with you. And so you're adding them to our coaching group. Either way, they get the same package, just like you guys got signed up with. So that literally it's so simple. You're just signing them up with the exact same thing you did. That's all you're doing. You're helping 3 people get started exactly like you did. So your milestones here, getting into profit ASAP. So like making back your investment. That's why Success Club, helping 3 people your first month, is a non-negotiable. It's like paying rent. Like she said, it's like putting the gas in your car. Like, you can't go anywhere. And you guys started this not because you want to waste money, right? I don't think anyone started this because they're like, hey, I love wasting money. No, like, you want to earn back your investment at the very least. So we're teaching you how to do that. And that's just by helping 3 people get started exactly like you did. So then getting to Emerald, which is at U+2, and you'll have one person that's your controlled business center, which is the spouse or family member or your mom or that person that would buy dirt from you that you're just like, hey, I just need you to get started with me, the first person, so that I can get going. And then the friend or family member is the other person. And then that hitting Success Club your first month, like Rachel said, that's, how you can start your way towards earning the free ticket to our Coach Summit event. You're earning back your investment, and then you're starting to earn a profit, and you're getting to Emerald by helping them sign up like you did so that they get an awesome discount. And that's where you are earning the referral bonus, and then you are eligible for the team cycle bonus, and then earning the free customer leads as well. So that's basically it for really just like getting started, inviting your first few people. It's super simple, and we'll share this with you guys. But I want you to send 3 of these messages right now. And I'll do it with you. I'm going to send 3 messages right now. Don't think about it. Literally just go to one of those people that you wrote down and send them a message. Okay. Literally, like, you guys should be done. It should take you like 2 seconds to send 3 messages. If you're not done, you can finish it later. Okay. So see, that wasn't so bad. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is your coming out post. I know some of you guys have already done it, but if you haven't, um, don't be nervous. Like, it's really simple and it doesn't need to be complicated. The most important thing is that you are speaking from your heart, right? So you're sharing, it's important to share your story. So whether you literally just signed up today, you signed up for a reason, you're excited. So share that excitement and share, if you've had a struggle that you've been going through and this is the reason you signed up. And I'm going to show you right now just a couple examples from a couple girls on here on our team that just did theirs and absolutely crushed it. So I want to show you guys that example. So Haley is a brand new coach. She has already been on her fitness journey. She's done 80-day obsession, lost a bunch of weight, and freaking crushed it. And she has an amazing transformation. So she shared her photo and she said, January 2018 to 2019, new year, new me, same fit. You guys, this is the hardest thing. Sorry to put you on blast, by the way, a couple of you, but it's because you're freaking rock stars, okay? So this is the hardest thing I've ever had to post, ever, and I've never had the courage to be this vulnerable, so be nice. The physical changes are obvious, but what is not so evident is the positive effects it's had on my mental health. Many of you know that I suffer from clinical depression, which most days, many and small tasks, including working out, seem impossible. At the beginning of the year, I made a decision to recommit myself and let me be the first to tell you it was far from easy, but easily the best decision I ever made. I could honestly go for hours about this program and how, as corny as it sounds, it gave me back my life. So please feel free to reach out to me if you're curious about the program. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to read this. I sincerely appreciate you guys. Your love and support. I look forward to sharing more of my journey with you all. So I want you guys to chat in. What do you love about her post? Like, why do you think this is so? Because clearly, like, look at her post. It did amazing because yes, it's scary to post that. And I'm sure she was like sweating and so nervous to post that, but it got such a good response because she was so real and so vulnerable and shared her struggles, shared what she's going through. She opened up and she was that light for other people, right? And she showed them what was possible and invited them to join her. So at the end here, you see this key part where she added a call to action. She didn't just say, hey, I'm doing this. Okay, bye. She added that invite and she said, thank you so much for reading this. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. And I want you guys to know that I, want to pay this forward. So please message me if you're interested in joining this, or drop an emoji or whatever your call to action wants to be. But it's important that you invite people because people are not going to show up to your party if you do not give them an invitation. Like, nobody wants to come to a party they weren't invited to, and they're going to feel really sad that you didn't invite them. So you got to invite them to the party. Okay, I'm reading this chat. Incredible, love it. Yes, awesome. So that's what was really great about it. And then I want to show you another one that another coach on our team just did today. She's a brand new coach. She just signed up. And so you saw someone now, Haley, who had already had a transformation to share. And now Victoria hasn't had a transformation. So she shared her before photo. And this is scary. Like, that's scary to put yourself out there like that and post that, So she said, a few months ago, I was shopping with a friend, and she tells a story. So that hook in the beginning, it draws people in because you're like, okay, what's she talking about? She was shopping with a friend. Like, now I want to read the rest of the post. So having a story, having a clear photo, whether it's a before and after, a before photo, a selfie of you, some sort of eye-catching photo. You don't want to just put up an inspirational quote, because that's not going to stop someone's scroll, right? People are coming to your page to see you. So a photo of you, and then share a story, okay? So she said, a few months ago, I was shopping with a friend. It was warm in the store, but I didn't want to take my sweatshirt off. My friend was like, seriously, just take it off. So I said, fine. You want to see why I don't want to take it off? I pulled the sweatshirt off and my belly was sticking out, and I rubbed it saying it was my food baby belly. At the moment, a lady came by and congratulated me and said I just had that glow. Being the two type of people that we were, my friend and I played along. We laughed so hard that day, but the reality was I was not laughing. I had reached a point where I felt so defeated. My vice became desserts, one bad eating habit after another. Food became my comfort. Food became social. Food became the center of my life. I looked in the mirror and hated what I looked like. I hated where I was at in my life. So in that moment, I decided if I'm going to change, if it was going to get better, I had to make a change my thoughts from negative to positive, change my spiritual journey, change my emotional health, change my physical health. I'm tired of being unhappy. It's time to create my own happiness and take control of my life, to put my life in the Lord's hands and to seek him and crave him more than I crave anything else. I've been through so much in life, from abusive relationships to financial burdens to hard lessons. I've faced so much that I've always felt God's grace and his mercy through the people he's placed in my life. I started this journey to get healthy in every area of my life, mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I want you to join me. I want us to do this together because we were created for so much more. Drop your favorite emoji or comment I'm in, or shoot me an email. Change starts now. The pictures below are my before photos taken the day of the shopping trip. Chills. Like, what? That made me feel like I was there with her. Like, I felt like I was in that dressing room. Like, I felt like I was there, and it pulls you in, right? Because she shared a story and because she was real and opened up. So, it doesn't necessarily mean if there's things that you're not comfortable sharing yet, you don't have to, but just share something that's going to connect with people. Don't just, post up, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, join my challenge group, like drop an emoji if you want in, right? Like, that tells no one. You have to give them a reason why they would want to join you. Why do they want to follow your journey? Why are you doing this? So that's what I want you to think about. Why did you say yes? Share that. Share a struggle you've had and where you're going. Don't just share the struggle, right? This is the struggle I've had. This is the struggle I'm going through. This is why I made the decision to make the change. This is where I'm going to go, right? So showing that other piece of it, and then a clear photo. And that is truly like having the story, the call to action, and a good photo is how you have a successful coming out post. It's not about the likes. It's not about the comments. It doesn't matter how many people are, responding, because you don't know how many people are watching. There might not be 300 likes and comments on your photo. That doesn't mean that you're not making an impact, that people aren't watching you and that they aren't, curious about what you're doing. So first, you're going to reach out to all those people that did like or comment, but that's why you're also inviting behind the scenes and reaching out to those people that and some people might reach out to you as well. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but hopefully that was helpful for you guys. And thank you guys, Haley and Victoria, I didn't ask you, but thanks for letting me share your post, because it's really inspiring and it helps other people, and they were amazing. So yeah. So do you guys have any questions or anything?
I thought they were absolutely amazing stories, and I totally felt like I was there too, so it's huge. I just want to tell you guys, all of this, we will get you all the resources, the strategy plan and all that, and you have the training. Now it's time to just go. And I want you to think, every day, push yourself outside your comfort zone just a little bit every day. So I would never go skydiving ever. I would never do that. So some of you probably feel like some of the stuff that coaches post is jumping out of an airplane. No one's asking you to go skydiving tomorrow, but go jump off your deck. That's not really scary, right? And I really feel like it's a crappy analogy, but I just use it all the time. But just pushing yourself just a little bit every day. You've heard the saying, nothing great happens inside comfort zones. That's not where growth happens. So it is scary to go outside your comfort zone, but that's where the best stuff happens. And Cassidy and I will tell you, we've been around the block, as long as we've been a coach. I look at Rachel, before she was a coach, and which she was comfy in her comfort zone. And I just like this girl way better. I'm way more confident just by faking it. I would just fake it just a little bit more, and do something that would like make me super uncomfortable. But then I got to be a better person. And now that stuff that I did 4 years ago isn't scary to me anymore. And personal growth is the best type of growth. Do you want to answer that question in the chat, Cass?
What do you mean when you join my next boot camp? Oh, just like, so how you guys just jumped into, you know, your journey, you're starting a boot camp with us. So like you're starting Transform 20 or whatever program you're doing, and you got added into the boot camp. You're going to bring people in to be your accountability buddies and join us in the boot camp. So in our, you know, tracker app or your Facebook group or wherever your coach is running your challenge group, your boot camp, like we're doing Transform 20 right now, then your people are going to get added in there and start their fitness journey the same way you are. And then the last thing I think about coming out posts is a tip for you guys is make sure that try not to use, don't name drop. So like try not to say Beachbody or program names like Transform 20 or Shakeology, product names, things like that, because it takes away all the curiosity, right? Everyone like has Google at their fingertips. So if you just say, I've been doing 80-day obsession and check out these amazing results, then if someone is not comfortable reaching out to you, like they're way too scared to do that, what are they going to do? They're going to go to little Google and they're going to Google 80-day obsession and they're going to buy it on Amazon and you're going to have no idea. So not name dropping and leaving that curiosity allows for people to be like, what program are you doing? You know, and then you can get in a messenger with them and go over that. Or what is this health and fitness coaching thing you're talking about? Or what is a, you know, fitness influencer or whatever you want to call it. Like that leaves curiosity for people. So that's my last tip for your coming out posts, or we're just posting in general. Like you don't see, you know, Rachel and I on our stories, like I'm drinking my Energize and now I'm pressing play on Transform 20 and now I'm going to drink my Shakeology. Like we show that stuff, but we're not trying to like shove product in people's faces. Cool.
Okay,
Anything
guys.
else?
Well,
I
think that covers it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will get you the recording and all of the info or all the resources that you need, but now it's time to just go and do the things. That's what the people who are successful, everyone defines success differently. We're all just doing the things. We're doing the invites, we're doing the follows, we're doing the connecting, we're doing the posting. So now it's your turn and we're so excited. And as always, if you need anything, you have a zillion ways to contact us, and we're so excited to watch you guys crush this. Bye.
Yeah, and thanks for showing up. Bye.